So maybe you heard of a NDE, a near-death experience. And I wrote about one in my first book that I wrote like, I don't know, 10 years ago. And I was gonna break down what I learned from a near-death experience, what went through my mind, and even if you haven't had a near-death experience, how you can pull out some of that transcendental wisdom to apply it back in your life. So my name's Jake with JakeDucey.com. If you're having a good day, give me a comment down below. Let me know where in the world you're coming from or one thing that you are grateful for today. I'm grateful for you watching this video, whether this is the first video you've ever stumbled on of mine, whether you watch them every day, whether you're somewhere in between and you aren't sure whether you like me or not. I'm grateful for you taking the time. I know there's a million videos and you got 10 million things you could be doing right now. So thanks for watching this video. I really hope you enjoy it. If you haven't yet, my free success hypnosis is right there down below. It's my free success hypnosis to reprogram your subconscious mind, turn your subconscious into a magnet to attract what you want quicker, faster, and easier. It's free. It's in the description and pinned to the comments. Let's dive right into this video. So I dropped out of college, I was backpacking around the world. I was in Indonesia on an island called Lombok, and I was with some locals that lived way out, or grew up way out in Lombok in this tiny little village. And they took me out to their village, and then we went to their favorite hiking spot, and it was in the middle of a storm. And so we were climbing up, you know, it's not like in a lot of places where there's hiking trails. This was just like straight up jungle wilderness. So we're climbing up all these rocks and we get to this top of this freaking amazing view. It's pouring rain. There's this big like water pool thing. And we're out looking over the vistas and all this crazy stuff. And then we're headed back down. And when we're headed back down, there's all these rocks, kind of like this, right? And there's all these rocks and you're just stepping across them. It's pouring rain, right? Can you envision that? And we're just kind of coming down a ledge. And we're coming down a ledge, I slipped. And when I slipped, I totally fell off the rock path that we were walking on. And I was just in total free fall. And I was like this. And I was falling like I was gonna go straight onto my back. And so while I'm falling, I put my hands over my head and I was turning like that and I could hear them yelling my name. And it felt like it was lasting for freaking hours. It was probably, I mean, I don't know what that is. I probably need Newtonian's laws of physics in order to take my mass and divide it by like my, I don't know, circumference, divided by my diameter, divided by gravity or something. Anyway, so I'm falling, right? And while I'm falling, I could see my whole life flash before my eyes. So it was like I could see my body and my body's falling, but I no longer was my body. And I was just consciousness, I was just awareness. And I was watching myself fall while having all of these instantaneous realizations. And these instantaneous realizations were everything from like, what if you die right now and you're in the middle of some random island in the middle of nowhere, you dropped out of college, you backpacked around the world and your family's on the other side of the world. Then it was like, okay, well, if I'm not afraid to die right now, then what's the lesson? And basically all in this split second, I realized that I was on the wrong path in life. I thought I would never return to America. I dropped out because as a freshman in college, I asked my economics teacher why we couldn't audit the Federal Reserve and what we were gonna do about all the money printing. He told me to shut up, memorize my textbook. So I didn't like it. I didn't wanna go back. I was angry. That was why I left. And so I realized that my idea of infinitely traveling forever, which was my plan, was not right for me. And that I had a mission. And it hit me in that moment that I was supposed to write a book. And in that moment, I could see the book completed and I saw everything that I was supposed to do with my life, right? And I saw that I was going to end my trip. I was going to do 14 days silent meditation in Thailand, another country. I was going to fly there after I finished falling, and which I don't know how long it was going to take me at that point. And so got the vision for the book. I got the vision that I was going to write a book, that I was going to help uplift people, teach them about the power of consciousness, shake them off from the cobwebs of the social conditioning by the cultural engineers that have programmed society, help lead this peaceful revolution of consciousness. All of this happened, literally. And then the next thing I know, I'm like back in my body, and I fell down a ledge. And so there's all this water pouring on top of me because I fell down into this little kind of waterfall thing. I'm on my side, and I kind of opened my eyes, and I could feel where I landed on my back. And when I opened my eyes, one of the guys, one of these Indonesians that I was traveling with, he jumped after me. And I'm like watching this guy like, holy cow, this guy, what is he doing? Like, is he gonna die? Like, it's like I half saw this Indonesian guy, and like I half saw like an angel at the same time. And so the way that he jumped, he was okay, but I was creviced and he couldn't get to me. And it was this big long ordeal. And eventually they were able to levy themselves down and get to me, get me off of the island. And got scraped up real good, you know, got banged up real good. Realized later I did not hit my head. And, you know, I was gonna be okay after I rested. So I rested for about a week or two, and then I found a silent meditation in Thailand, got my entire vision for my book, chapter by chapter. I got the name of the book, Into the Wind, My 6-Month Journey, Wandering the World for Life's Purpose. I didn't know how to write or anything like that, right? And I dropped out of college. I failed junior English class in high school. That was like it was just as foreign as another language to me, becoming a writer. And I had all these crappy belief systems about it. But in a moment in this, like it was almost like all that energy that I cultivated in the like NDE type of experience, it unleashed itself during this meditation. So I saw everything. I saw every chapter of the book, how to write the book, how to start with different stories, how to label each chapter from different stories and experiences and things that happened to me. It was just totally clear. And so I thought I'd just break down what the story was and then give you a couple takeaways that may be of value to you. So I'm going to drop into a couple of those quick takeaways. If you're still with me and you're enjoying this video, make sure you hit the like button on it. Give me a comment down below that says I love my life right there down below, because that was a big thing. Eventually I realized like, oh man, I actually do love my life and I don't want to run away from it anymore. I want to go face my life head on, and I want to create the best life I possibly can. And if you haven't yet, my free success hypnosis right there down below. Number one is stop running, right? I was just thought, you know, I'd be in bliss and infinitely travel forever, but little did I realize I was running from my own dharma, my own purpose, which was I was going to write these books, make these videos, speak at 500, 600, 700 high schools and colleges. That was what I was supposed to do. And deep down, I kind of wanted it before I had that experience, but I was almost like I was afraid of it because I thought, well, you know, who am I to do that? And what happens a lot of times is we just run. We just run and we just run and we just run, whether it's traveling endlessly for no purpose whatsoever, whether it's always moving to a new city and we never ground ourselves down so we can take our life, our career, our dreams as seriously. Maybe it's in a relationship. Every time you get to a point of intimacy, you get uncomfortable, so you sabotage your relationship and then run to the next one. It's called a recyclable relationship. We constantly recycle them over and over and over. So the question is, what are you running from? What excites you but you're kind of afraid of? What might be the ultimate calling in your life right now? It doesn't need to be this big grandiose thing where you're like, I get a nonprofit and I'm gonna feed more people than Mother Teresa, right? It might just be that something very simple, but you can't find it if you keep running. Number two, you already have your destiny written deep within your subconscious or your soul. And that became clear to me while I was falling, and then I saw what I was supposed to do and all these types of things like that. That awareness was probably always available to me, but I was so attached to my mind that I couldn't access that higher level of awareness. And what I want you to know is within every dream carries the seed of fulfillment. So you might have a dream about something. You may have some big reality, you want to create goals, dreams, whatever it is. And then you kind of aren't sure if you could do it. Kind of like how I was like, maybe I want to write books and do all these things, but I don't know if I'm good enough, smart enough, or whatever. So within every seed carries the fulfillment of it, because that's the natural process of the universe. Every orange seed already contains within it the seed of fulfillment. It's going to become an orange tree if we water it and we don't take the seed out of the soil every 4 months when it hasn't fruited yet. Same thing with tomato seeds. They have the seed of fulfillment within them. And within you, in the seed of your soul, every one of your dreams, whether it's that you want to get out of debt, you want to become a millionaire, you want to retire your mom and your dad, whether you want to move to the mountains and build a sustainable property, whether it's music, whether it's real estate, whether it's painting, whether it's art, whether it's athletics, whatever it is, your big dream, your big goal, the seed of fulfillment is already there. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the desire in the first place. We can't see it from ordinary levels of consciousness, but it is there. And you don't need to see it. Martin Luther King used to say that you don't need to see the whole staircase, only the first step. So even if you're like, well, how do I have a near-death experience? Well, hopefully you don't have one. And you can just take the seeds from this and say, you know what, I'm going for it. And when you take those steps, that's when all the amazing things happen, because literally every one of your desires, the word desire means of the Father. That's what the word desire means in Latin, of the Father. Whether you believe in God in some traditional way, whether it's just like the universe, bro, or you're somewhere in between, it doesn't matter. But the point is that the word is divine in nature. Desire is divine. It's the universe speaking through you. It's the universe seeking fulfillment through you. It's God seeking expression through you. And all you have to do is just get out of the way. And when you follow that wind, that's when things show up. That's when the money shows up, the new client, the new opportunity, the new synchronicity, the miracle, the new friend, the new person, the new resources. They just show up. But first you have to take that step. Last but not least, life is a journey that you actually do on your own. And nobody can make you happy. And nobody could fulfill you. Even if you have like the most awesome wife or husband or boyfriend, girlfriend in the world, they can't make you happy. Nothing can. Writing books can't make you happy. Making $1 million can't make you happy. Having the most attractive partner in the world can't make you. Nothing can make us happy except for ourselves. And so the whole course of things basically brings us back to one simple question. Do I love myself? And if I can't say yes unequivocally to that, then the next question is, how can I love myself more? Not in some huge way, but right now. Like when this video ends, what is one way I can love myself more? It might have to do with saving money. It might have to do with exercising. It might have to do with your whole damn life you've been a yes man or a yes woman, and you've been doing it forever. You're at a job you don't even like. You're at a job you're underpaid. You always have been a yes man. You've always followed the rules. You've always colored inside the lines. And now it's time to start coloring outside the lines. It's time to start saying yes to yourself instead of everybody else. When you realize that you literally are a divine being, and that you're totally whole, worthy, and complete, that your spiritual DNA is perfect, you realize there's nobody else you need to be or are supposed to be. There's no other place you're supposed to be than right now. So just look at your hand. Look at your other hand. And say, I love myself. And if the whole purpose of life is to realize that you are perfect and to love yourself, and then that translates into every other area of your life, then the question is, how do I begin that right now? So my name's Jake, and hopefully you enjoyed my NDE little story and some of my takeaways. If you got value from them, let me know in the comments right there down below. My free success hypnosis is right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. A lot of times we get inspired. We have that desire of the Father, and then we just get in our own way. And one of the best ways to do that is to reprogram your subconscious mind. I highly encourage you just use this for 5 minutes every day. If you got 10, if you got 15, that's great too. But in 5 minutes every day, you start to reprogram the mind, you start to rewire the brain, and you start to watch your outside world shift, because our whole life is subconscious. The outside world is a mirror that reflects back to us our innermost depths of our subconscious programming. Sub means below, so we don't even know it's there. But through repetition and powerful hypnosis, you can do that. It's free. It's right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com. If you've used it before, let me know one of your amazing, miraculous manifestation success stories. And comment down below, I love myself, right there down below. If you enjoyed today's episode, hit the like button on this video, the subscribe and bell notification. Bell notification notifies you for new videos. So even if you're already subscribed, just double check. Have you hit the bell notification? That's what will actually notify you. Then go like this. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and then a deep breath out through your mouth. So like, and do it one more time to the point where you feel your shoulders relax. Do one more. And then when I end this video right now, say to yourself 3 more times as you smile, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. Thanks for watching this video.